So there's a contingent today of OEA rank and file people who came down to support the UC workers grad student strike. You did a field trip of your students from Sojourner Truth?
I did. I teach, our site is all still on Zoom and Google Classroom, so I had, luckily, the technology allows us to bring, that Zoom class on a little virtual field trip. So the students got a little taste of what this strike is all about. 48,000 grad school workers who are withholding their labor. And a lot of them saw, left messages in the chat about how they appreciated it and were happy to get that information. And, obviously when, you're out of, your typical environment, and you're actually talking to people who are, doing something as, kind of inspiring, like striking. The students definitely, were much more responsive than usual, I should say.
And you interviewed at least one of the strikers, right?
I interviewed like three strikers.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, they, obviously getting that information and hearing it firsthand from the workers who are actually, the ones out on strike was helpful. They were talking about the demands and, the major demand is around cost of living and how their, wages are not living wages, especially based on the high cost of living in the Bay Area. Obviously, the students, who are 11th graders who are going to be, also soon be venturing into the world of college and career. I think, a lot of that was, why they really appreciate it, because, they're going to soon be, in the same position as a lot of these, workers who are, also attending school.
So here's another Oakland teacher, OEA member, who's here in solidarity with UC grad student workers. Why are you here?
I think it's just important to show solidarity with other rank and file workers. We're also potentially going to go on strike as well. We're in contract bargaining, so we need to stick together to help and support for each other.
Cool. What's your name?
Joel.
And what are you, you're a grad student worker in what department?
Yeah, I'm a third-year PhD student in the rhetoric department here.
Here at UC Berkeley. And so, how do you feel about what's happening so far in the strike?
I feel really excited. I think it's just going to be a matter of us, staying out here as long as it takes to win. We've got some really transformative demands on the table, and we think we have a real opportunity to, fundamentally restructure our working conditions here. Really exciting demands like the cost of living adjustment, which will tie our wages now and in the future to the actual cost of living where we live at around the different UC campuses, which is obviously huge given the rates of rise in the labor market, in the Bay Area and other parts of California.
You also have some other demands around childcare.
Exactly. Expanded childcare subsidies. We're ending. There's a NRST is a non-residential supplemental tuition, which is charged to say our international graduate student workers. It's really an exorbitant fee that is piled on them. Just makes their situation much less equitable. It's a real barrier to maintaining a diverse grad student population in the workforce, and barrier to access for a lot of people, as are the wages and our sort of core economic demands.
And when you're at a delivery point here, right, by the International House.
That's right.
And have trucks been turning around when they see the picket line?
Yes, actually. So the Teamsters endorsed our strike. UPS has not been making deliveries on campus. We've had luck at a few other delivery sites like this, getting trucks to turn around. They've been, respectful of our picket lines, which is really, really awesome to see that labor solidarity. And, we hope to be out here next time they have a strike for them.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Last thing is this is your first time striking?
Yeah.
And probably the first time for many of the young workers here.
Yeah.
And so, what do you think? What kind of? How is that? Do you think with all these people who have probably just pretty new to being workers and being in a union?
Yeah.
What is that experience like? Do you think, or what do you think are some of the things that people are learning about in this?
It's a learning process for all of us. I mean, it's been really incredible. A lot of us have been planning this for better part of a year, or since April or over the summer, and so a lot of planning has gone into this. And now that we're like actually out here, we're still figuring it out on the fly. And things are constantly in flux. We're always like learning, getting new ideas about strategy and like how best to like kind of leverage our power as workers here and on the picket line and all that. So yeah, it's been a process. I think people come in with like really different backgrounds, different relationships to their own position as like labor, and different expectations about like how all this will play out. And so we're just like trying to talk to as many people as possible about like what it's actually going to take to win this thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
you think it's going to take a long time?
It's hard to say. I mean, obviously, we hope not. But the Columbia strike that happened in 2021, they were out here for 10 weeks.
Wow.
Before winning, the significant kinds of wage increases that they wanted, and so I would not be surprised if it took something like that.
What about this? I know this will really be my last question. What do you think about the students? How about the undergrads? How is it?
Yeah.
What's the kind of feedback you're getting from them, or the support or questions you get from them?
Yeah, it really varies. I think it varies by department and class and whatnot. I know, talking to my own students, they were nothing but supportive. They've been sending me emails in support of our strike, and just like very, very sweet supportive messages. And that's been really great to see. I think most students that my friends are in contact with have had similar reactions to that. So we feel there's a lot of undergrad support. I think we need to like get that message out a little bit more, and like try to encourage undergrads to organize on their own maybe, and join us on the picket line, and just like see that they have a stake in this fight too, because it's about their learning conditions ultimately. So,
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.